Have you ever wondered who you really are and what forces lie dormant in you? Welcome to this magical journey, where you will discover how to communicate with your higher self. You are not here by chance. The universe has led you to this moment to gain deeper insights and understanding of your true being. Imagine that your higher self is like a wise, omniscient mentor who is always by your side, ready to reveal the secrets of life to you. But who or what is this higher self? Your higher self is the purest and most true version of you, a being that exists free of fears, doubts, and the limitations of the material world. It is the being who lives in harmony with the universe and knows the truth of your existence. In this video, together we will decipher the secrets of how you can connect to your higher self in just 18 minutes. From the importance of this communication to practical exercises, we will go through all the important steps. You will learn how to recognize the signs and symbols that your higher self sends you, and how to integrate these messages into your daily life. Prepare to immerse yourself in a world full of mysteries and wisdom. You will be inspired by stories and quotes from great thinkers who have walked the path before you. Be curious about what's next, because this is just the beginning of a wonderful journey. Now we come to the basics. We will discuss what the higher self is and why it is so important to get in touch with him. Are you ready? Let's start. The higher self is the true being that exists in each of us, the embodiment of our inner wisdom, the source of our highest potential and the connection to everything that is. It is the part of you that exists beyond space and time, free from the limitations of the ego and the physical world. This self is always in harmony with the universe and knows the deepest secrets of your soul. In contrast to this is the ego. The ego is the conscious self, which is defined by thoughts, emotions, and experiences in the material world. It is that part of you that is often guided by fear, insecurity, and the urge for control. The ego seeks confirmation on the outside, while the higher self rests in itself, in peace and wisdom. In order to better understand the difference, we can look at different spiritual traditions. In Hinduism, the higher self is called Atman, the eternal soul that is one with Brahman, the highest consciousness. In Buddhism, one speaks of the Buddha nature, which is present in every being as a pure, immaculate consciousness. In Christian mysticism, the higher self is often described as a divine spark or the inner light that dwells in every human being. These concepts make it clear that the higher self is a universal truth that is recognized in many cultures and belief systems. It is the core of our existence that lies beyond all worldly entanglements and illusions. Next, we talk about why it is so important to get in touch with this higher self and what advantages this can have in your daily life. Stay tuned, because the journey has only just begun. Communication with your higher self is not only a spiritual luxury, but an essential practice that can have a profound impact on your daily life. Through this connection, you will have access to an inesustible source of wisdom, peace, and clarity that helps you master the challenges of life with serenity and inner strength. A decisive advantage of this communication is the improvement of your decision-making and intuition. If you are in harmony with your higher self, you will find that your intuition, this quiet, but certain inner knowledge, is becoming more and more clear. It's as if you have a direct line to a higher wisdom that shows you the way. Decisions that used to seem complex and confusing suddenly become clear and unambiguous, as you can access the deeper truth of your soul. Furthermore, regular communication with your higher self promotes your personal growth and spiritual development. You begin to see the world and yourself from a higher perspective. Old patterns and limiting beliefs dissolve as you rise in your consciousness. You realize that you are more than your physical experiences and that there is infinite potential dormant in you. This leads to a feeling of liberation and empowerment that transforms your life on all levels. The positive effects on your daily life are manifold. You become calmer and more relaxed, even in stressful situations. Your dealings with other people become more harmonious because you act from a place of love and understanding. Creativity and problem-solving skills are increased because you are inspired and guided. Overall, your life will be richer and more fulfilling because you are in constant contact with your true essence. Now we come to the practical aspects of this trip. Next, we will discuss how you can prepare for communication with your higher self. Get ready for some practical tips and exercises that will pave the way for you. In order to be able to communicate successfully with your higher self, it is essential to create a suitable environment that promotes tranquility and concentration. Start by finding a quiet and trouble-free place where you feel comfortable and safe. This place should be free of distractions so that you can fully concentrate on your inner journey. Dim the light, maybe light a candle and create an atmosphere that relaxes you and inspires you at the same time. The importance of relaxation and meditation cannot be emphasized enough. Before you connect with your higher self, it is important that your mind is calm and your body is relaxed. Meditation is a powerful tool that helps you achieve this state. Sit comfortably, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Let every inhalation and inhale become deeper and calmer while you free your mind from the thoughts of everyday life. Even a few minutes of meditation can help you to reach a state of inner silence that facilitates communication with your higher self. There are some useful tips for mental and physical preparation that can make it easier for you to get started. Start by relaxing your body through gentle stretching exercises or yoga. This helps to reduce tension and allow the energy in your body to flow more freely. Make sure to drink enough water and eat light, nutrient-rich meals to keep your mind clear and your body energetically balanced. Mental preparation is just as important. Visualize how you establish a deep connection to your higher self. Imagine how a warm, golden light envelopes you and brightens your mind. You can also use positive affirmations to prepare your subconscious to be open and receptive to the messages of your higher self. Phrases such as, "I am ready to receive the wisdom of my higher self," or "I open my heart and mind to the guidance of my higher self," can be very helpful. Now that you are prepared, let's dive into the actual practice. Next, we talk about specific meditation techniques that help you connect to your higher self. Be curious, because we will discover some in-depth and transformative exercises. Now that you have prepared yourself mentally and physically, it is time to discover the meditation techniques that will help you establish a deep connection to your higher self. These techniques are designed to calm your mind, expand your consciousness and open access to your inner wisdom. Let's start with the basic meditation instructions. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes and straighten your spine to let the energy flow freely. Put your hands relaxed on your knees or in your lap. Focus on your breath and breathe in and out deeply. Just let all the thoughts that arise pass by without paying attention to them. Your goal is to achieve a state of inner silence in which you are open to the messages of your higher self. One of the most effective techniques for calming the mind are breathing exercises. A simple but powerful exercise is the 4-7-8 method. Inhalate deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle several times until you feel completely relaxed. This breathing exercise not only helps to calm the mind, but also to put the body in a state of deep relaxation. In order to deepen the connection to your higher self, visualization exercises are extremely helpful. Imagine that you are in a beautiful, peaceful place, maybe a radiant beach, a quiet forest or a majestic mountain peak. Visualize how you meet your higher self in this place. Your higher self can appear in the form of a wise teacher, a radiant being of light, or even as an older, wiser version of yourself. Take time to visualize this encounter in all details. What does your higher self look like? What feelings and energies does it radiate? Now let your higher self speak to you. Ask him questions that are close to your heart and be open to the answers you receive. These answers can come in the form of images, words, or intuitive feelings. Trust in what you receive and be grateful for the wisdom that is revealed to you. After you have finished these exercises, take a few minutes to record your experience in a diary. Write down what you have seen, heard, and felt. These notes can help you better understand the messages of your higher self and apply them in your daily life. Next, we will talk about practical exercises that will help you to further deepen these techniques and maintain regular contact with your higher self. Stay curious and open for the next steps on this magical journey. Now that you are familiar with the basic meditation techniques, it is time to deepen these skills through practical exercises. These exercises are designed to give you an even deeper connection to your higher self and to apply the wisdom you receive in your daily life. Let's start with a guided meditation that is specifically focused on connecting you with your higher self. Sit in your prepared place, close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. Visualize how you dive into a radiant beam of light that gently and lovingly envelopes you. This light is the essence of your higher self, full of warmth and wisdom. Let yourself be carried by this light as you go deeper and deeper into your inner space. In this meditation, you can ask your higher self specific questions. Start with simple, clear questions such as, what is the next step in my personal development? How can I bring more peace and joy into my life? Or, what do I have to let go of to realize my full potential? Make sure to receive the answers patiently and without judgment. Sometimes the answers come as direct thoughts, sometimes as feelings or images. Trust that your higher self will give you the necessary insights. It is very helpful to keep a notebook or diary to record the messages of your higher self. After each meditation or inner journey, take a few minutes to write down your experiences. What did you see, hear, or feel? What answers did you get? By documenting these impressions, you can recognize patterns and better integrate the advice of your higher self into your daily life. Another practical exercise is to create short, conscious moments of connection with your higher self every day. This can be done through short meditation sessions, mindful breathing exercises, or simply through silent reflection. The more regularly you integrate this practice into your everyday life, the stronger and clearer the connection to your higher self will become. At the end of this chapter, let's take a look at the signs and symbols through which your higher self communicates with you. These signs are often subtle and require an open and attentive awareness. Look forward to the next stage of our journey, where we learn to recognize and interpret these signs. Your higher self communicates with you in diverse and often subtle ways. This communication does not always take place in clear words or direct thoughts, but often through signs and symbols that you encounter in everyday life. These signs are like small clues of the universe that are supposed to help you find your way and recognize your inner wisdom. So how does the higher self communicate? It speaks through synchronistic events, dreams, intuition, and sudden inspirations. Sometimes it's songs that you hear by chance on the radio, or recurring sequences of numbers that you notice. It can also be animals or natural phenomena that suddenly have a special meaning for you. These signs are often gentle reminders that you are on the right track and that your higher self leads you. There are some common signs and symbols that you should pay attention to. Number sequences such as 111, 222 or 333 are often indications that you are in accordance with your higher self and the universe. Feathers that you find unexpectedly are symbols of the protection and guidance of your spiritual helpers. Animals that you encounter again and again can contain messages about your current life situation or spiritual development. Dreams in which you see certain people or scenes again and again can offer deeper insights and hints of unconscious processes. The interpretation and meaning of the received messages requires mindfulness and openness. If you perceive a sign or symbol, ask yourself what meaning it could have for you personally. What feelings and thoughts does it trigger in you? What topics are currently present in your life that could be related to this sign? Write down your observations and reflections in your diary to develop a better understanding. For example, if you see the number 444 again and again, this could be an indication that you are supported by your spiritual leaders and that you are on the right path. If you often encounter a certain animal, such as an eagle, this could symbolize strength, freedom, and a higher perspective. Now that you have learned to recognize the signs and symbols of your higher self, it is important to integrate these messages into your daily life. Next, we will discuss how you can put the insights you get into practice and establish a regular practice of communication with your higher self. Look forward to the next steps on your spiritual journey. On your journey to communicate with your higher self, you will probably encounter various obstacles and blockages. These can occur in the form of mental barriers, emotional blockages, or external distractions. It is important to recognize these challenges and find ways to overcome them in order to strengthen your connection to your higher self. A common difficulty is the appearance of doubt and skepticism. These can prevent you from clearly receiving the messages of your higher self. Doubts can occur on different levels: doubts about your abilities, about the existence of the higher self, or about the messages received. In order to deal with doubt and skepticism, it is helpful to maintain an open and curious attitude. Remember that doubts are a natural part of the process and that it is okay to have questions. Don't be discouraged by these doubts, but use them as an incentive to go deeper and learn more. Emotional blockages such as fear, anger, or grief can also affect communication with your higher self. These emotions are often associated with unprocessed experiences and old patterns that block your energy. In order to release these emotional blockages, it is important to take time for self-reflection and healing. Practice forgiveness, both towards yourself and towards others, and actively work to heal old wounds. Meditation, journaling, and conversations with trusted friends or therapists can be very helpful here. Practical tips for overcoming obstacles include different techniques and approaches. A proven method is the regular practice of mindfulness and meditation. By meditating daily and focusing on your breathing, you can calm your mind and gain clarity. Mindfulness exercises help you to stay in the moment and better perceive the signs and messages of your higher self. Another tip is to find a supportive community. The exchange with like-minded people who have similar spiritual experiences can give you courage and inspiration. Online forums, spiritual groups, or workshops often offer a valuable platform to share experiences and receive support. Keeping a diary is also an effective tool for overcoming obstacles. Write regularly about your experiences, doubts, and progress. This helps you to recognize patterns and track your inner development. Also note the positive changes and successes you experience in order to motivate yourself and recognize how far you have already come. Now that you know ways to overcome obstacles, let's talk about how you can integrate the received messages of your higher self into your everyday life. Next, we will learn how you can implement the insights you have received and build a sustainable practice to continuously stay connected with your higher self. Communication with your higher self is only the first step. The true magic begins when you implement the received insights and advice in your daily life. This requires dedication, mindfulness, and a conscious decision to integrate the wisdom of your higher self into your everyday life. Let's start with the implementation of the insights and advice received. As soon as you receive messages from your higher self, take the time to reflect on them thoroughly. Ask yourself how you can translate these findings into concrete actions. If your higher self advises you to spend more time in nature, plan regular walks or excursions into the countryside. If you get the impulse to heal or deepen a certain relationship, consciously put it into action. Small, gradual changes can often lead to large transformations. In order to effectively implement these insights, it is important to develop a regular practice. Create daily rituals that help you stay connected to your higher self. This can be morning meditation, evening diary writing, or setting daily intentions. Find out which practices work best for you and make them an integral part of your everyday life. Regularity and continuity are the key to establishing a deep and stable connection with your higher self. There are numerous examples of how to integrate the messages of the higher self into everyday life. For example, if you have the inspiration to bring more creativity into your life, you can decide to do something creative every day, be it painting, writing, or making music. If your higher self advises you to pay more attention to your health, you can start developing healthier eating habits or trying out a new sport. When you realize that you need more rest and balance, you can plan regular breaks in your day and take time for self-care. Another example is the improvement of your interpersonal relationships. When you receive messages about forgiveness and compassion, you can consciously work to cultivate these qualities in your interactions with others. This could mean letting go of old resentment, actively listening, or trying to stay calm and loving in conflict situations. By integrating the wisdom of your higher self into your daily life, you not only create changes in your personal environment, but also positively influence the people around you. Your increased mindfulness, your inner peace, and your clarity will shine and inspire others to also go their own inner way. Now that you know how to integrate the messages of your higher self into your everyday life, let's look at some inspiring stories and achievements of people who have successfully applied these practices. Stay excited about these inspiring reports that will give you courage and motivation. The experiences of other people who have successfully communicated with their higher self can offer you valuable inspiration and motivation. These stories show how transformative and life-changing this practice can be and encourage you to continue your own path with trust and dedication. An inspiring story is that of Sarah, a young woman who was in a professional and personal dead end. Through the regular practice of meditation and connection with her higher self, she discovered her true vocation. Her higher self led her to a course in art therapy, an area that connected her passion for art and her desire to help others. Today, Sarah is a successful art therapist who helps others to solve their emotional blockages through creative forms of expression. Her story shows how the wisdom of the higher self can lead us to a fulfilled and meaningful life. Another moving example is the story of Michael, who suffered from fear and insecurity for a long time. Through the daily practice of connecting with his higher self, he learned to recognize and overcome his fears. His higher self showed him how he can replace negative thought patterns with positive affirmations and visualizations. Over time, Michael gained more and more self-confidence and inner strength. Today, he leads a fulfilling life and inspires others to overcome their own fears and discover their inner power. Lisa's story is also very inspiring. After a serious loss, Lisa was in deep grief and did not know how to continue. Through meditation and conscious communication with her higher self, she found comfort and healing. Her higher self helped her to accept the loss and to keep the love and memories of the deceased person in her heart. Lisa discovered a new spiritual depth in her life and began to support other people on their healing path. These stories show that the connection with the higher self can help us to master challenges, overcome inner blockages, and lead a fulfilling and meaningful life. They encourage us to have confidence in the process and to use the wisdom that slumbers in all of us. Now that you have heard about these inspiring stories, let's come to the further resources and literature that can help you deepen your practice and continue your journey. There are many books, articles, and websites that offer valuable information and techniques to strengthen your connection with your higher self. We have arrived at the end of our journey together, on which we explored the secrets of communication with your higher self. Let's summarize the most important points again to give you a clear overview. You have learned what the higher self is and how it differs from your ego. We have highlighted the immense importance of this communication for your personal growth and spiritual development and showed how this connection improves your decision-making and intuition. Through careful preparation, meditation techniques, and practical exercises, you now have the tools to deepen this connection and integrate the messages of your higher self into your daily life. We talked about the signs and symbols through which your higher self communicates with you and showed you how to recognize and interpret them. You are now better prepared to overcome obstacles and doubts and to implement the wisdom of your higher self in your everyday life. Inspiring stories have shown you how powerful this practice can be and what positive changes it can bring about. Now it's time for you to put these techniques into practice and explore your own connection with your higher self. Remember that this is a journey that requires patience and dedication, but the rewards are immeasurable. Start with small steps, develop a regular practice, and trust that your higher self will guide you every step of the way. We would like to encourage you to share your experience and become part of our community. Leave a comment and share with us how these techniques have helped you. If you have any questions or need further support, do not hesitate to ask them. Your feedback is important to us and helps us to continue to create valuable content. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more inspiring content. Also activate the notifications so that you always stay up to date when we upload new videos. Thank you for taking this trip with us. We hope that you will emerge inspired and strengthened from this video. May your higher self always guide you and give you the wisdom to lead a fulfilling and meaningful life. Until next time, and stay connected with us and your true self.